Welcome back to Fox and Friends. Politicians and pundits have called Donald Trump an unserious candidate, despite the fact that he packs venues for rallies and town halls. But our next guest says that if the Donald follows his advice, come January 2017, we will be calling him Mr. President.
Peter Morici is an economist and professor of business at the University of Maryland. He joins us now from Washington. Peter, we know that Mr. Trump is watching this morning. He usually does. So what's your advice? How does he get elected president?
My feeling is that Trump has the best political ear in America right now. He's got the pulse of the people, and the big rap on him that he's going to get from Clinton or Sanders is he doesn't know anything about government. So the best thing to do is to pick a competent governor as his VP, one who is malleable and can move to his positions, and that's John Kasich. He's the logical choice. He's a great governor, a likable guy, and I think he would blend well with Trump.
But, Peter, I mean, I totally makes sense. But do we have any evidence that in any previous election, voters, a substantial number, have said, you know, I'm not really sold on the candidate, but I love his running mate, I'm voting for him? Has that ever happened?
Well, no, but I think that Johnson was a great assistance to Kennedy, and I think it's possible here for Kasich to help Trump. This is not an ordinary election that's governed by ordinary rules. The two political parties have absolutely failed America, and that's why we have Trump and Sanders.
Yeah,
they're looking for a new formula.
You know, when you take a look specifically at South Carolina, the majority of the voters there, I think it's something like 73% make under $100,000 a year, those families. So how significant will the economy and the state of the economy play into what happens in South Carolina specifically?
Well, in South Carolina, it's not soon enough for the deteriorating economic environment to help. For example, Sanders knock off Clinton. However, the economy is not going well. It's likely to not be going well come fall. And Clinton attaching herself so much to Obama may help her in South Carolina, but it's not going to help her with regard to Trump. I mean, the story about Carrier air conditioner today repeats itself over and over again. This administration has driven jobs from America's shores, and they need someone to hammer that and hammer that hard, and that's Trump. But they also have to have someone who's going to explain how Trump is going to turn his proposals into tangible policy, and that's where Kasich comes in.
So, Peter, the Wall Street Journal had a page-one story yesterday that wrecked my breakfast and probably that of a lot of other people. We're heading into a recession, it predicted. Do you think that's true?
I don't think that anybody can call the turning point with that kind of certainty. The odds that economists are giving right now are 20 to 25%. I peg it at more than 35%. The Fed is pursuing reckless policies. It's rudderless. It simply doesn't grasp the consequences of the strong dollar and the structural problems that Obamacare and other heavy-handed regulations have created. There was no mention of the latter in Yellen's testimony. That's the reason Europe doesn't grow, and the more America becomes like France, the more we have France's unemployment problems.
Yeah, and not good news for South Carolina, where their unemployment rate is above the national average already.
Thanks, globalization. And thank you, Peter. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Well, coming out while you were sleeping, a brand new terror warning why world leaders are now bracing for the worst.
And it is freezing out. No kidding. Cold as it's been all year. So what are the best gloves to wear if you want to use your iPhone in cold weather? Kurt the Cyber Guy knows. He's going to tell us coming up.
You never take